Ooh, got it.
Good afternoon, you beautiful bastard.
Well, hello there, Christopher. How are you, sir?
I'm okay. Um, it's weird. I slept in today. Like I woke up at 9. I went to sleep, mind you, I went to sleep at like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. First woke up at like 6, and I was like, well, shit. But then I went back to sleep and I blinked and it
Nice,
was
nice.
9:30 again. I was like, what? So that was
That's
nice.
amazing. Good for
Yeah, man.
you.
Yeah, it's very rare I
Sleeping
sleep.
in is it's very underrated.
Yeah, it's very rare I sleep in past 8 o'clock. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't think I've seen 8 o'clock live and in person for the longest time now.
I was gonna ask you because I saw Miami was playing an early game today if you wanted to record after the game, but then I saw the score and I was like, oh, there's no need to wait. For those who don't know,
No, it's good.
yeah, it was 49
It's
to
a lot to
0
very
just
little
now. Yeah, I was like, ooh.
at half.
And then there was a
Yeah,
rain delay or something,
and they
right?
don't and they don't even have their starting quarterback playing because he's got hurt.
What was it De'Aaron King? That's his name, right? Or is it Derek King?
Derek. Derek. I don't know. I've heard it said so many different ways.
Yeah, I mean,
Derek. Derek.
people butcher. I mean, and it's a unique name too, and I'm the same way. Like my daughter's name is Elliot, so it's like, but we spell it differently than normal. So I get an irrational anger when I see people spell it wrong. But I was like, I chose a unique way to spell it, so it's like that's on me. But if it's your
That's
teacher,
how.
then
That's
you should probably, notice there's something.
at least learn it, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna. Well, that's what we're gonna be going through with John Luca. We had his doctor's appointment, and they called him Juan Luca, which actually was the closest anyone's came, but it's like not quite.
I guess we should get this started, huh?
Let's do things.
All right. Greetings and salutations, everybody. This is Because Why Not with Chris and or Kevin. I think it's in Kevin. End
What do you say?
Kevin.
Yeah. End. Don't end me. I'm
I won't
here.
end you, but I will embrace you in my arms and invite you into this podcast.
Oh,
Greetings, sir.
greetings. How
I
are you,
said
sir?
good day. I'm
How?
gonna I'm gonna speak to the audience today. Hello. Hi. Good morning. I hope you're feeling well. Come on this journey with us today. Hello. I never know what I'm going to do at the beginning. I don't even think about it. I was like, I was in the shower like 10 minutes ago. I was like, how am I going to start today? I was like, oh, well, fuck it. I'll just see what happens when we start.
I like that. That's well played out. So this week we're going to discuss the book, The Adrenaline Strain. Um,
Did you actually
actually,
read it?
no, I started listening to it though.
What do you do?
I did. It's good. I need. Well, I need. I think I need to start it over. I'm only
Mhm.
like an hour into it, but I was listening to it while I was at work.
Uh-huh.
Um, and like, when you're like listening to like an audiobook and all of a sudden like a lot of time has passed and you realize like I have no idea what's happening
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. Like I'll do
And
I'll try and listen to stuff while playing video games. And I'm just like, what am I doing?
yeah, so I'm like, I'm probably gonna at least probably go back at least another half hour, just kind of
Yeah.
restart. I started listening to it yesterday.
Oh.
Just I
How
finally
long ago
found
was
it.
it recorded? Do you know? Like when was it? Is it recorded relatively recently, or was it recorded like back in the day when the book came out?
I have no idea. Probably back in the day, or at least not. I don't know. I have no clue.
So I'm kind of ranty
I don't look
today.
into
I
it.
apologize in advance.
All right,
Yeah,
Ranty Chris.
ranty
What's the
Chris.
rant? Do you have
I
do
don't
you
know.
have
I
multiple
just
rants?
feel full of opinions today. I don't know.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Opinions are welcome.
What you drinking on today?
Nothing wrong with having an opinion. Oh, I just have some electrolytes,
Oh,
little little juice packet.
oh, aren't you
Um,
fancy today? For some reason, my mind
Gotta
is also all
hydrate.
over the place. I keep cutting you off. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. That's what happens when you're ranty.
I am
Rant
ranty.
Ranty Chris. So
Yeah.
what's your first rant? I'm
So
curious.
it's just, it's, huh. I don't know if ranty is the right way, but I do have like a situation that happened to me at work the other day that I want to talk about, and I think that's what makes me feel a little ranty because I have a lot of opinions on it. But so
I have that. I have opinions. That's the problem now. Is like with my new position, like I can't really voice all my my
because
thoughts
you're
to
like a
people.
manager now, right?
Yeah, like one of the guys that I became friends with, he's now one of my employees, and he's always
Uh-huh.
been the guy that I go to and talk trash about other people to. And now it's like, can't really do that anymore.
No, you're part of the system now. You're the man now.
Yeah, I am the
Uh,
stereotypical bald white man in charge.
mm-hmm. With a beard, who's opinionated and makes fun of people. But so I was at work the other day, right? And like two people were having a conversation. I wasn't even a part of the conversation. I was just chilling. I was covering the person who just went on break, who was sitting at the desk, the unit clerk desk. So I was just sitting there chilling. So the doctor comes and they were having a conversation that I wasn't even a part of, didn't care about, wasn't paying attention to. And they got closer to me and the doctor was walking around the desk and talking. So now that they're kind of talking over me, now I'm kind of like forced to listen because it's like I can only do so much to
Right.
ignore the conversation. So they're talking and they're talking about her this fellow employee's car, who and she has like 200 and some odd thousand miles on it, and they're talking about it, and I'm just like, oh, that's a lot of miles. So then that kind of pulls me into the conversation, and so she says, yeah, good old Cottontail getting me through the day. And yeah, and I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool name. Her car is white. So I
Hmm.
was like, oh, Cottontail because it's white. And then she, you know how you have these moments where you just want people to shut the fuck up at a certain point. So then
Yes.
yeah, it's like it's one thing to be thought a fool and then open your mouth and prove them right. Kind of those situations. That should have been the point where she just shut the fuck up. So
I'm
and that
assuming
would have
she did not.
and I mean and it's like I don't necessarily think low of this person. I just think they're probably a very privileged, opinionated person, and so I just don't associate with them unless I really have to, and that's about it. So she proceeds to stick her whole foot in her mouth, and I'm just, and mind you, I'm still not part of the conversation. I was never really a part of the conversation throughout the whole thing. So she's like, she says to the doctor who's walking away, tall white gentleman, in the taller white female. The two people having a conversation.
Hmm.
She says, yeah, people think that I named my car Cottontail because it's this white car and it's all pretty and it's all nice. So it makes me think of a bunny rabbit. No, no, no.
Uh-huh.
No, she says, no, no, no. I named it that because all the hard work I have to do, like I was picking cotton to earn the money for it. I'm like,
What the
and I just, and, and- it's like one of those moments where you just like, did I just hear what I just thought I heard? Like I was in disbelief that this
I
chick
don't know.
just said that. I'm just like, and it's like, did she really just compare working at a job she makes decent money at, a lot of hours that she chooses to work, to my people and they're back in the day picking cotton because they had to and had no other choice? And I was just like, what? Did this just
I mean,
happen? And so then the doctor, who I'm really cool with, like he gave me a bike that I'm gonna pay for eventually at some point. You know, it's like one of those things where you borrow something from somebody and you don't give it back until they ask for it back. That's a black thing. I don't know how many other people do that, but that's generally a very black thing to do. So you let somebody borrow something, you know you ain't getting it back till you ask for it directly. So eventually I'm gonna pay him for the bike
I've lost a
eventually.
bike to somebody.
Yeah. But so I think he saw my facial expression and he was like, you know, wow. And he's like, this is probably not the best area to have this conversation in, looking like intimating at me. And I was like, yep, you are correct, sir. And it's like, and I'm just gonna walk away. That's why I said this out loud. And she was like, what? I didn't mean anything. It's like, whether you mean it or not, You said it. And I just walked and she was like,
Right?
what? So then I walked away. I literally had to walk to the end. Like I walked out of the unit in the emergency department, walked down the hallway. You remember the long hallway? So I walked all the way to the end of the
Yes.
hallway
You went
back.
towards the elevators?
Yes, I went towards
Okay.
the elevator. I walked to the lab. I
Mm-hmm.
got some random things we probably didn't really need for the department just because I had to stay away from the unit. I was gonna go get a soda from the soda machine, but then I left my phone in my wallet because I can use my phone to tap for Google Pay to pay for a soda. So I was gonna do
Right.
that, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
did that just happen? And I'm just still in disbelief. And
You
so
didn't happen
then
to grab like you didn't grab cotton balls from the lab?
I should have and just poured them all over her. That's funny.
I mean,
But I couldn't
I felt like we were
believe
a little low on these.
because then it harkened back to the thing I posted on Facebook the other day about people comparing like having to get the COVID shot to like legitimate oppression. Like, sure, you may feel some sort of way, you may feel judged, but you are not oppressed. Like, it's just simply a rule that you have to follow. A
No.
private company has a choice to make. Mind
Right.
you, this did start with an executive order, and that's kind of a gray area. Like, I get you being upset that you have to do something. No one likes to be forced to do something where they feel it's a medical choice that they should be able to make themselves. I get that. Just the comparisons need to stop between this and oppression. Like, it's not the same.
No. I mean, they make us wear pants at work too.
Yeah, and it's like, are you
Like
complaining about wearing pants?
I
I
don't
mean,
like
mind you,
wearing
I
pants.
would wear shorts if I could. Any job I've ever wore, I've been able to wear shorts to. I best believe I wore shorts. When I used to work at Starbucks,
Yeah.
I worked in the morning, and it would be like 40 some odd degrees, and I'd be working drive through. Did I still wear shorts? You goddamn right,
That's
because
right. That
I
was the best part
could.
about working at the post office. I got to wear shorts every single day, especially out here. Actually, sometimes I wear pants just to keep the sun off my legs, but yeah, shorts is where it's at. That's living the dream. If I wear shorts every day, oh, it's
And
my life
mind
balance is
you,
always
like
full.
even now, like when I'm not working, I pretty much wear shorts all the time. Just like
Yeah, same
basketball
here.
shorts. Yeah.
Or I put sweats on, even though it's hot out here. Like for some reason, like there's something about getting out of the shower, and like I'm nice and warm out of the shower, so I throw sweats on, and then usually like a half hour later, I'm complaining about how sweaty I am and how it's too hot. But you know, it happens.
But it's like when you get in bed the first time, like freshly changed sheets, that feeling on your skin, the nice coziness.
Right? It's so great.
It's
It's
like
the
a
greatest.
hug. Ooh.
A hug. So have you seen this person you work with? Like, was it
No,
awkward
this
the
was
rest of your
Thursday.
shift?
This was
Thursday.
Thursday, and today's
Okay.
Saturday for folks who don't know when we actually record these. But it's Saturday, June, July, September,
September
September 25th. Yep,
5th or 4th. Yep.
5th.
One of
Yep.
those.
Yeah.
We're almost into October.
We almost into October. We are 1 month away from Halloween. I wonder how
So
Halloween's going to be this year.
I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit more normal this year.
Mm-hmm.
So
Especially
hopefully
now that
if I
kids
get
are back in school,
if I get candy this year, maybe people actually come by and get some.
and you won't eat it all
But
yourself.
hmm I'm gonna limit. We're not gonna buy as much this year, and just
And
if
then
we
watch
run
because of
out, we
that.
run out. Well, as long as
Because of
people
that.
don't throw eggs at our house, I'll be fine.
Did they throw eggs at your house last year?
No,
Oh.
we had plenty of candy, just nobody showed up. There was no kids around to throw eggs at our house.
But
So
last year was weird. That was the tail end of the well, yeah, last year was just weird in general. It's crazy that there's only 2 months left in this year. And it's like a lot of us are still trying to process last year, you know?
yeah, that's what I keep seeing that, and every time I see that, I'm like, wow, we really are like at the end of the year,
Yeah,
and
like
like not like things have opened up and things have gotten a little lighter, but things really haven't changed that much since this whole pandemic really became a thing. Since it
yeah.
became a pandemic, I suppose, because everything's opening up and things are getting more restricted. I don't know.
But I mean, just in general, this has been a rough year and some months, for a lot of people. Like
Yeah, I think
I know my mental health hasn't been the best. Doing this helps, because I get a lot of my emotions out. I get to see somebody I don't see every day. That's the big thing.
it makes a difference. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's definitely mentally it's been rough. I think on everybody, and like I think a lot of people's like inner demons that they've dealt with have just kind of amplified and are becoming more of an outward thing, and they're starting to sense things more often. It's getting harder to handle everything, I guess, is what I'm saying. Is you can only contain it for so long, and then you're just like,
You
okay,
gotta release it somehow. And
yeah,
just like, I mean, that's true for like everybody. Everyone needs to find a release. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's super fucked. Like ooh, I wanna try something new. Like I wanna like I've come across like articles I wanted to talk about on the podcast just
uh-huh.
randomly. So like I just wanna like find out. I genuinely want to like just read an article, a podcast, or talk about an article on the podcast every week, if that's something you're okay with.
I'm cool with that.
So in the vein of people taking out their mental issues, aggression, whatever, in the wrong way, I'm just gonna read the headline of this article. Just the
All right.
headline. This is from July 30th. This is when this article was published. It's when I first got the idea. I found these articles and then never came up again because that's how my mind works. But Marilyn aunt of children found dead in car during traffic stop drove around with them for months.
Mm, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. One more.
Yeah,
Can you? I need. I
let's
need.
go on. Let's
I
go
think.
on.
I think. Well, I think I need to hear it one more time to process fully what was just said.
Marilyn aunt of children found yeah, it's a weird headline. Maryland aunt
Yeah.
of children found dead in car during traffic stop, drove around with them for months. I did not put the emphasis in the right spot, so that's
So
my bad. There's no
the
commas.
the aunt had the kids who were
Uh-huh.
dead,
Uh-huh. And
and
apparently
she
she
was
had been
just
driving
driving
around.
around
Yep.
for months. Not just like we're on our way to the hospital, something tragic just happened.
No.
We're just driving around. That's fascinating. Um, you can continue. I'd like to hear more.
Okay.
Does she explain what happened?
Let's find out. I actually haven't read the
All
article.
right.
I'm going through this for the first time with you. So
All
let's
right, let's
go
hear
through
it.
this together. The aunt of two children ages 7 and 5 who were found dead in the trunk of a car during a Wednesday traffic stop near Baltimore had been driving around with their deceased bodies for months before she was arrested.
Okay. Well, I mean, right here, at least, I mean, the bright side is they're in the trunk. I pictured them like in
Yeah,
the
in the
back
back seat.
in the back seat. One even in the passenger seat. That's kind of my picture. So right now she doesn't seem quite as bad as like I had originally pictured her, like
Yeah.
driving using the carpool lane. But all right. So
That's
then,
the first thing I thought too. It was like, was she using them for the HOV lane? And I was like, ooh.
right. Mm.
Nicole Johnson, 33, faces multiple charges, including neglect and first-degree child abuse. Really,
Yeah.
just child abuse that resulted in the death of a child under the age of 13. For the deaths of the 7 and 5-year-old, both siblings.
Hmm.
She was initially pulled over at 11 p.m. by officers from the Baltimore County Police Department, Essex, Essex Precinct, for speeding. Wonder what she was getting to. Probably saw the cops behind her. The vehicle had fake paper tags from West Virginia and was unregistered and uninsured.
Hmm.
I guess she had other things more important than getting her car registered and insured. As she was being issued a citation, Johnson allegedly told an officer, "It don't matter. I won't be here in 5 days. Y'all going to see me on the news, and y'all going to see me on the news making my big debut." Huh.
All right. Well,
Yeah, the bodies of the children were found as the car was being prepared to be towed when Johnson went to the trunk of the car to gather her belongings. An officer smelled the unmistakable odor of decomposition, according to the news outlet. When she removed the plastic sheet and trash bag, the officer noticed maggots in the bag and told her to
mm,
remove the blankets inside the bag, which revealed a suitcase.
oh.
In the luggage was the body of one of the children.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I mean, hmm,
Yeah.
it's I don't. All
Yeah.
right, all right. Let's see. Let's see. I want to hear her explanation. I want to know what her big debut is going to be, though.
Yeah.
And like, did she realize like she kind of opened the trunk? It could have gone. I mean,
So yeah, she must have not been all there mentally. Just because like if you did this, why would you open the trunk?
yeah, maybe she just forgot. She's like, oh, that's where I left them. Like, I don't know. But also, like, how? I mean, she's been driving around with these kids for months. How did nobody else know these kids were missing?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. She attempted to run and was caught a little bit after she started running. The other child was found in a plastic bag. Ugh. One of the children had been in the trunk of the vehicle since May 2020, according to documents.
That's a year. It's over a
Yeah,
year. That's not. That's
yeah,
more than. I mean, I guess you could talk in terms of months. So we could
yeah,
also talk in terms of hours, but that's over a year. That's a long
yeah.
time. Ugh. Yeah, how
Uh,
did they not know this kid was missing? Like, where she obviously had custody of the kids, but like, was she sending in schoolwork for them and like saying they're homeschool? I
uh,
don't know.
so how the kid that was in there since May 2020, apparently she became angry at the child and hit it over the head several times, causing the child to fall and hit their head again. Her body was placed in the suitcase after that. That's crazy. She said the other child became injured 2 months ago, so that would have been in May of this year. So that's a year apart, I
Hmm.
guess.
Something about May that just
Yeah.
triggers this one.
And she apparently the kid never recovered and then died. She put both bodies in the trunk of her car at the time of their deaths. Um, that's apparently at the time of their deaths, the kids weighed 18 and 21 pounds respectively. So she wasn't taking care of these kids at all.
I would say
If,
that's not
if
very
they're
big.
7 and 5, like how much is Gianluca weigh right now?
He is 12 pounds 9 ounces.
Yeah, so only 6 pounds shy of a 5-year old.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's not good.
So apparently she got the kids because her sister turned over care because she could not care for them. Well, apparently neither fucking could she, because
Right.
wow, that's fucked up. And that was in July 2019.
I don't understand. Like, if people just don't want kids, like, why?
Yeah.
Like, in that
Why do you
situation,
have kids?
like, why should she be like, listen, I can't take them. I don't want them. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a terrible mother. I guarantee. I'm gonna end up killing these kids. So let's just turn them over to somebody who actually wants kids. There's plenty of people out there that are willing to adopt. Not enough people, but there are people out there that want to adopt.
So when the mom found out, she posted on Facebook, and this is what she said. She said, I'll never get to see my kids because of the mistake I made in trusting my sister. I wish I could take it back, but I can't. I was in the process of getting them back when she just disappeared. I still trusted her and didn't want to think the worst. This is my blood sister. She was my family.
Mm,
That's
I mean, it sounds like her sister was trying to get her life together and
yeah.
just thought that her sister would be a temporary, not let's not go through the whole system. You can take care of my kids for me, right? And
Yeah,
then
while
I'll
I
get my.
while I get my life together, like you said.
And then she decided, oops, I done messed up. I'm just gonna hide and I'm just gonna. She obviously ran away,
Yeah.
but you would even think at that point like there would be like some sort of like, hey, my sister has my kids and I haven't heard from her in a while. Like, what's going on? Oh, she's just driving around with. That's the crazy part. Why would you put them in your trunk of your car of all the places?
Yeah.
Like the
And
only thing I
what
could think of is maybe she lived in like an apartment, so she didn't want people around. But then like your car is parked in a parking lot. If that's the case, people are gonna walk by like, what's that smell? Something smells like
yeah.
it died in your car. I
Like
don't know.
and how did it's just it's fucked up all the way around.
Yeah, it's hard. You can't really describe. Like I
No.
mean, I guess you can't really rationalize it because our brains don't work that way. But
Whew. I guess we
that
need a
was
palate. We need a palate cleanse after that. But yeah, fucked up. Super fucked up.
yeah, that was great. Anything funny happen at work?
uh,
Let me ask you, do you have people that you work with that like always had like they always have to be like involved in things? Like even though like Like, and you're like they get themselves involved in things that like, why are you even? What is it?
Why are you
It's not even a
chiming
big
in?
deal. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, did I tell you about the paper shredder incident that I had?
No.
So this person, like, there's like this random paper shredder that got put by like where we keep our labs and stuff, like our paper stuff.
Hmm.
Someone just it was put there. I don't know why. Like, if you just walk past and there's a paper shredder sitting next to like paper, do you think anything of it? Like, hey, there's a new paper shredder, and then your life moves on, right? Some people send out emails to everybody trying to figure out where this thing came from, what can be done with it, what the next steps are, who needs the shredder. It's like it's not your business. You didn't no one came up to you and said, "Hey, here's a paper shredder. Figure out what we're going to do with it." You just decided that you're going to take some time out of your day to try and figure out what to do with this random paper shredder for no apparent reason.
Is it
And
even
it
bothering anybody?
no, it was out. It was not in a walk way. It was not. It was not in anybody's way, and it's still there. It's still there. And now every time I walk past it, I have to think about the stupid paper shredder. But it's
But
like, why do you need to get yourself involved in things? Like, it's not. It's
but
not your. It's not your deal.
is it from somebody who's been there for a while?
Yeah.
See, I think that's what it is, because that's the same thing for the person at my job. It's just they've been there for so long. I think the job has become a part of who they are. So when they're at work and their job is an extension of themselves.
Mm,
So they don't necessarily, and also they don't necessarily have a personality outside of work.
I can see that.
Yeah, so the majority of their life is inside. As a quick addendum, the score is now 62-0 for
Oh,
the Miami score.
is that what that? I was wondering what that update was. That's a lot to nothing.
Yeah,
No score.
but yeah, like, and what's funny is I was sitting away from everybody, because when I'm tired, I don't, instead of being an asshole or anything, I just kind of take myself out of the situation and sit in the corner, just so I'm not snapping at people, because it's no one else's issue when I'm in a bad mood. So I try
Right.
not to inflict that onto other people. So I just
Yeah.
kind of take myself out the equation. So I was sitting in the corner and like someone was talking, and for some reason I decided to chime in on something. And then they was like, okay, insert person's name who butts into everything. And I'm just like, gasp.
Ooh,
Yeah,
pardon me.
I was like, wow. I was like, okay, I get what you're saying. I'm gonna just take a large glass, shut the fuck up, but decide it right now, please.
Yeah, I feel like there's always that person at every
Oh yeah.
job that's
Yeah,
just
no,
kind of
there's always that person. But like I said, they just have no personality of their own. So their job is their personality.
they're usually
So
the same person that like asks you questions that they already know the answer to,
uh-huh.
but just because they want to see if you know the answer.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, all right.
Or because
Cool.
also it's like like if you're having a conversation with somebody else and then this person and then they jump in, and it's like, I wasn't even talking to you.
Who are you?
Yeah,
Do
and
I
and,
know
and we
you?
all kind of have the same look on our face, because it's just a running gag, because we all know it happens, and we're just kind of like, uh me and my buddy Tim will text back and forth, be like, stay in your lane, and I'm just like, uh but yeah.
So we kind of talked about Halloween. Are you guys planning? Are you going to be working Halloween? Do you know that yet?
I believe I am.
Okay.
This year, I believe I go in cycles where, because it usually falls on my weekend
Oh
of
yeah.
work. So 3 years, 4 years in a row, I'll end up working it or whatever, and then I'll go 4 years without having to work it, just based on, yep,
Oh,
because it's on a
Jason.
Sunday too.
Oh, it
So
is. Oh,
yeah,
that's right. It was on a Saturday last year.
yeah.
That's right.
So
That's right. Because I remember Saturday. I thought I was like, okay, we're gonna be actually busy. Kids are gonna be out, but then,
nope. But it was in the prime of COVID.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Things should be a little bit better this time. I don't know.
So then I work it next year, and then I'll have it off 2 years in a row, and then unless my schedule changes, obviously, because things could change over the next 3 years. But I mean, I've been working my night shift for 4 years now, so
No intentions on trying to work days or change things up a bit.
I think, like, I'm sure, like, the wife would be more appreciative of the fact that if I worked day shift, but I would actually, I think I would see my family less if I work day shift. Like the fact that, because it's like I sleep during the day and then I'm around for the whole evening before I have to go to work.
Right.
So it would make it easier, I guess, to pick up and drop off my daughter from school, maybe. Like she wouldn't have to go to my mother-in-law's house. But then it affords me the ability to like take her to appointments and things like that during the day. They don't have to be at weird hours. So it's a give and take of working night
Right.
shift.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't I
It's
don't have the opportunity
it's
to work nights anymore, so
yeah.
I'm not upset about it. I'm cool with not. It's like one of the guys, we had this new guy start and he's like, "Do you guys ever work weekends?" So I was like, "Not anymore." He's like, "Well, what if they offered you overtime?" Nope.
No.
Like if I don't have to work a weekend, I'm not doing it anymore. I've put in my time and I don't have to anymore. So nope. Not gonna do it. Same with overtime. I don't even like working overtime. I go work undertime.
Yeah, because like I want to work less hours, but I want you
Yeah.
to pay me
Yeah,
more.
like
Can we do that?
pay me for all the hours that I'm supposed to
Mhm.
get paid for, but can I only come in for like, 2/3 of them? Half maybe? I don't know. We'll see.
I have
There's
a
plenty of other
question.
people working overtime. Yeah.
I have a question. Did we ever talk about like being nice and doesn't matter why you're nice?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I
So
don't think so
okay.
either. That's a good one though. I
Yeah.
like that. It does matter why you're nice. Because some people are nice for all the wrong reasons. And it's fake nice. It's not
Yeah.
really nice.
So I mean, doesn't matter if you're why you're nice. Like if you're nice to somebody, um, does it like and I think that's what a lot of issue people have with me as well, because like I'm generally just a nice person. Like being nice comes easy to me. But I wonder, because I work in healthcare and I am relatively nice. Like I wonder how many people think I'm fake. So I'm wondering, does it matter why you're nice? Does it matter if you're nice because it's just the right thing to do? Like, does it matter if it's you're doing it because it's the right thing to do, because you truly feel it, because it's something you should do? Like, does it matter why you're nice? What do you think?
I think it kind of depends on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think if you're interacting with a stranger and you're just kind of out in public, kind of doing something, and if you're just trying to do the right thing and be nice to just a random person, like it's fine. But if it's somebody you're interacting with on a regular basis, being fake nice is just you can't hang on to it forever. And it's not something you could just keep faking and without it becoming known that it's fake.
Oh yeah,
And eventually, I think if you just try and be super nice to somebody, even though you can't stand them, you can eventually just explode on the inside and
die a little on the inside every
die
time.
a little bit. Yeah, I mean that kind of goes back to how it was with the last episode when I talked about that partner I did the long distance with.
Oh
Like
yeah, good old Kelly.
we worked well together, but we just did not. It was miserable working with her and just trying to put on that fake face at the beginning of the shift that gradually just died out because you can only be nice for so long.
Instead of 12
Um,
hours every day.
yeah. So
So I
I
mean, that's
think
go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I think that's kind of it. It's kind of um, yeah. I
So
think if it's somebody you interact on a regular basis, there's no way you can just be fake
like
nice all the
yeah.
time.
So it's like that's why I like, for the most part, I think it's more like you should be nice to people just because why the fuck not? But I think it's more important that you're kind, because kind and nice aren't necessarily the same things. They go down the
Yeah,
same lane sometimes, but sometimes they get off the freeway at different exits, you know?
that makes
Kind
sense.
is um kind is like in my field, being kind would be explaining all the things that are going on with somebody's illness, with sickness and everything, being completely truthful and honest with them. Being nice to some people may be like not telling somebody something, which I see all the time, like family members not letting someone know that their illness is terminal because they think they're being nice to somebody, when
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily the right thing to do. I mean, but that's a whole different gray area right there. But
Okay, that's That's a deep dive right there. That's
Yeah. So in the grand scheme of things, do I think it matters why you're nice? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to say, but I think where the issue turns is the reason why you're being nice. Like, well, what is your end? Like, no, I don't know. It's
like you
hard.
say, if you're being nice for selfish, like if you're just being nice because
Yeah,
you're trying to get
because it
something
makes
out
you
of
feel
it,
good. Yeah.
then that's the problem. But if you're just trying to be nice to make things a little bit easier, say at
Hmm.
work, at school, whoever, if it's a group of people that you're interacting with, and you're just going out of your way to be nice so that everybody's can work cohesively,
Hmm.
that's one thing. But if you're doing it because you're trying to take advantage of somebody
Hmm.
and be friends with them and act nice around them just so you can uh, get in front of them or even just get in front of somebody else, then that's kind of a shady reason to be nice.
So you think the self the in indwelling feeling of indwelling reason why you're being nice is ultimately the kicker.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I can get with that. Yeah. Like if you're being like without if you're being nice without the reciprocation, I think that's also the best way to like some people like give compliments so they can get one back, fishing for compliments, stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. Um, but yeah.
Yeah, schools they just want. I've definitely heard people with fishing for compliments all the time. It's kind of
Yeah.
frustrating. Or even like people that are. I hate one thing that I hate when people are like super friendly and nice to somebody, and then as soon as they walk away, you hear them talking shit about that same person to somebody else,
Yeah.
and it's like, really, like everyone else can hear you. Like
Hmm.
that's kind of that's. I mean,
But
I can't. I've done it. Don't get
yeah.
me wrong. Like I've definitely
Oh
talked
yeah.
some shit
Like
about
my
people.
my my ledger is not clean. I'm a
No.
dick sometimes.
Oh, I definitely, yeah. If I don't like you, you generally know I don't like you.
Hmm. Yeah, that
But
is. I
then,
will say that about you. That is 100% the case. You do not make people think that you like them when you don't. Like you do
yeah,
not. Yeah,
I have no reason to. Then
there's
again,
no
people
gray
like
area with you.
also when I've started new jobs, I've had lots of people that usually when I start someplace new, I'm pretty quiet and just kind of sit back and listen to what people are saying,
Hmm.
and then kind of feel it out, see who I want to talk to, who I can interact with. And then yeah, usually once I make friends at some new place that I'm working or some new, if I'm taking a class, like usually I find out that everyone's like, "Wow, you're actually pretty nice." Like, and I'm like, "Well, yeah." They're like, "Well, we didn't think you'd be that nice," or we thought this about you when we first like met, like when you first saw me. Okay,
Hmm.
all right, that's fine.
See, I have a pretty angry nothing face myself. Like when I'm just chilling, like But then once you talk to me, I'm like, oh hey, I got smiles and sings all the time. Good for him.
Right? People are like blown away, like, "Oh
Yeah,
wow, you have personality." Uh huh.
yeah. Personality, personality. Um, but yeah.
Are you watching anything now? Any new things? I started watching Prince of Bel Air,
Uh huh.
Fresh Prince, and
Like the original one.
yeah, from the
Yeah,
beginning, and then
on HBO Max.
yeah, and Malcolm in the Middle from the
Yes,
beginning.
no, maybe. I don't know. Can you
Can you
repeat
repeat the
the
question?
question? You're not the
You're
boss of me
asking me
now.
now.
Uh,
Yeah, so it's been good, man. I enjoy it. I hate Carlton is so annoying at the beginning. Oh my God. Like his character was just like killing me. Like I was like
what season are you on right now?
I think I'm on season 2
Yeah.
now.
See, in the episodes are like they were the same amount of episodes, or 20 plus episodes per season, but it seems like
Right.
it goes by pretty fast. And it's like,
Yeah.
especially when you get to the episodes, like you kind of remember, like I was for me, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember this. Oh, this is
Right.
funny. Like, and there's some really good episodes.
Yeah.
Like, you're not there yet, but when Will's father comes back, that's a good one. The episode where they get arrested because they're driving Uncle Phil's partner's
Oh yeah,
car.
yeah, yeah. I saw yeah,
Yeah,
that one, the
that's a good
Mercedes or
episode.
whatever.
Yeah,
Right.
they
And
they, they
Carlton
tackle
just
some pretty significant issues going on
they,
right then and
they
there.
do. Yeah, and Carlton is like completely oblivious. Like, no, it's fine. I'll just talk her away. No, that's not how he's like, that's not how it works.
Mhm.
That is not
Not
how
with
it
that
works.
skin color.
Yeah, you're right, exactly. Um yeah,
But
so
yeah,
that's what I'm just watching the old stuff, man. And I just can't I
it's
can't
funny.
find anything new.
I go through like looking for something to watch, and then I just end up watching something that I've watched 1,000 times. Before The Office left Netflix, that's what I used to do all the time. I would flip through the channels and like, I'll just watch The Office in the background and go
Well,
play
yeah,
video games or something.
and now it's on like a running cycle on like Comedy Central,
Hmm.
but they play it like basically straight through. So if you catch it in the right time, you can watch the right seasons. But now it's like they're at that season 8, season 9 season.
See,
It's like,
and I didn't mind season 8 and 9. They weren't the best, but they
no,
could have been
I
a whole lot worse.
exactly. I also watch them, but if there's something else on that I'd rather watch,
Yeah.
I'll uh I'll
Like
watch something
I
else.
can't watch. I for some reason I'm just not interested in South Park. Like I see it on too, and I'm just like, nah, I'm good.
I fall asleep to it every night.
I
I
can't.
find
I just can't get into it. The Cream Fresh episode though, that's hilarious. Cream Fresh,
cafeteria free.
Cream
I love
Fresh,
that episode. There's so
Cream
many.
Fresh,
There's just
Cream
so many
Fresh,
stupid things about that show that I
Cream
think.
Fresh, Cream Fresh, Cream Fresh, Cream Fresh.
My favorite part about that is when he cooks breakfast and like destroys the kitchen overnight. He's like, "All right, well, I cooked. You guys clean," and just walks out and goes like the whole kitchen's a mess.
Me and my roommate got into a physical fight because of that once.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean, I could see that.
yeah, but I mean, he was just an angry dude anyway. He ended up going to the military and just kind of fucked off on us, like me and my
Yeah.
roommate. Like we were in the middle of like doing like we were living together, working together, and he's just like, "All right, I'm gonna join the army now." I was like, "What?"
See ya.
Yeah, and he just fucked off for like 6 months. I'm just like, "Well, we're gonna lose this apartment. Thanks, guy." Yeah. So, but he was mad that I would cook and not clean, and I get it. But there's other ways to express how you feel than putting on boxing gloves and punching me in my chest. So yeah,
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 I mean, that's a very interesting way to do it. I
yeah.
mean, that's yeah. I don't I don't think I would ever take that approach.
Yeah, that's
I
my
mean,
humble
also because
opinion as
I
well.
wouldn't want to get punched back, so that'd be a good deterrent for me. But
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
I don't
But
like getting punched in the face. It's not my thing.
no, no, I'm not a fan either. I'm trying to think if have I ever. Yeah, I've been punched in the face because I've gotten into fights before. But wow. When's
Yeah.
the last time you got into a fight?
High school at a hockey game.
I figured you were gonna say hockey.
Yeah,
Like, were
that's
you
what
playing in the game or were you in the stands?
I was playing.
Okay,
Yeah,
because that'd be funny if you're like, oh, I wasn't even playing. I was just in the stands.
yeah. No, it kind of ended up kind of being a brawl because like I got tripped up and then I ended up starting to fight with the guy that tripped me, and then somebody from the other team hit me in the back of the head.
Mm-hmm.
So then one of my teammates jumped in and it kind of became a thing. But
Oh, oh,
it was cool. But yeah, that
Brownridge
was last fight.
starting riots.
Yeah.
Mm.
I used to talk a lot of shit anyways. So I mean the guy who tripped me had it coming, but
I mean,
and then everything was fine after that. Like it's
sounds
all
like he had it
no,
coming.
I was getting into a fight with I was like I think I was 17 and I was doing like a pickup. It was just pickup. It wasn't even serious.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost got into a fight with like this 30 something 40-year-old for I don't even know why. But
When we're young, we do stupid
my
things.
dad was playing with us too, but he's just, we do a lot of stupid things when we're young. That's back when I
It's
worked at a golf course. We did a lot
like
of
we used to
very stupid things.
play little gunfights with those little air pistol air like the airsoft guns, but we wouldn't use the
Oh
plastic
yeah.
ones. We'd use the metal ones.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah, we
smart.
used to use the metal pellets. So we would shoot each other with those. But in these were before they started putting like the orange tips on them. So we were
Oh
just
yeah, yeah,
running
yeah.
around like shooting at each other with these guns that looked fucking real.
Yeah,
And
that's
like now that I'm thinking back, I was like, ooh, that could have ended very poorly. Because I
yeah.
mean, it
We
was a
said
bunch of
we
minority
had
kids running around shooting at each
it's
other.
dangerous. That
Yeah,
I mean now it definitely gets you shot.
yeah.
Uh when I used to live with my buddy Brian and we used to we used to have airsoft floors in our house. Like
Mm.
we would both get out either side of the house, and just, I mean, we had the big old containers with like 500 BBs, and we would just
Mhm.
like pull the couches over and sit behind them and just like go for hours just shooting rounds at each other. And then we worked at a golf course, and we would bring the guns to work. And like when we had downtime, like towards the end of the day, we would hop in carts and go out and just like drive around shooting at each other.
The
Oh, it
dumb
was so
things
much
we do
fun.
as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great times. We did a lot of stupid shit at the golf course. I'll tell some more of those stories because
Yeah. But I
those could
think
go
we
on
did
for
the
days.
thing.
I think so too.
Yeah. Oh, what I wanna try with the audience. If people are still
Yes.
listening, I don't know how far into this episode people generally listen to. If you listen to the whole thing or not, I don't know. Fuck it. Thank you. What I want to try is I want to get back into writing more. So
Right.
what I want to see if some of the listeners would send me some prompts. So stuff like that. And I want to try and write off of that prompt. Maybe a little short story or something. Then I'll share it on the podcast.
What would be an example of a prompt?
Like anything, like something simple would be like walking down the street and he sees somebody he doesn't know. Something like that. Or
Cruising down the street in
in
my
my sixth
stuff.
foe. Yes, exactly. Just any sort of writing prompt, and I want to see what
Okay.
I can do with it. Like the the story I read the couple episodes ago about sitting at the bus stop with the book in his hand. The prompt for that one was someone finding a book on the ground.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
So
Well, there you go. If you
so
guys have any ideas, any prompts, send them out. Send them our way, and Chris will write about it, and we'll give you a shout out.
yeah. All
Or if you
right.
want to be anonymous, you can be anonymous too. Who
Yeah, you
cares?
can be anonymous as well. But yeah, I think we did the thing. I said good day, sir.
Bye, Chris.
Bye. Bye.